Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another message needed here right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what your angels really want you to know. From the jump, I am hearing that you're gonna shock people with what you end up doing next. I feel like a lot of you guys out there have something really big planned that you've been prepping for, but I feel like there's also a good amount of you guys out there that feel like you're in some sort of spiritual preparation for something, but you're not really sure what it is. I feel like for those of you guys out there who are feeling a little lost and confused, you are prepping for the next step, and I feel like God does have something really big planned for your life. Could be some sort of opportunity, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's even much deeper than that. You've been going through some sort of divinely orchestrated change, a glow up, and people definitely are already noticing that you are glowing and shining. And I feel that lately people are already shocked with how well you're doing, how you bounce back. I feel like a lot of you guys out there do not feel this way about yourself because maybe you're feeling tired, drained, unmotivated, maybe even depressed, but that doesn't change the way other people view you. And I do feel my people out there, you guys are just really good at showing up and doing what you need to be doing because you guys also care about whatever it is that you're focusing on, whether it's your job or being a friend or being a family member. So when you do show up for people, you make sure you're showing up in the best energy possible. And a lot of you guys out there, if not most of you, do not like to let people see you down and out. So people are just constantly impressed. They feel like you are constantly raising the bar, and some of you guys may be shocked about that because you may feel like you're in a time period of rest and rejuvenation, but a lot of people are impressed by you. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who see you after a long period of time of not seeing you, and they always see the growth in you, and they may even point that out to you. I feel like, and I always tell you guys this as well, if you've been consciously working on something to improve, whether it's your looks or something with your work, and it's something other people can notice, but yet you don't feel like people have been noticing, sometimes people don't say it because number one, they think it's obvious and you already know that, but also number two, some people just are kind of jealous. Like I feel like you just have this ability to constantly work on yourself and elevate, and I feel there is some sort of divinely orchestrated, blessed, good karma energy that makes you guys glow and shine extra, especially lately. I do feel there's certain people that want to be back in your life or want to be part of whatever it is you guys have going on next. I feel like there is something that you guys do have planned, or God has something planned for you, but don't be surprised if people start knocking on your door, wanting to come back, you know, metaphorically, but for some of you guys out there, maybe you do have people or neighbors that are snoopy. I am hearing that as well. I feel my people out there, I think I have channeled this before, but you do have people around you that are naturally very curious about you. I feel some of you guys may have moved or shifted location, or you're in some sort of environment where people are watching you and wondering like who you are and what you have going on. You just have that type of energy when you do step out into any type of environment. So just know that. I also feel as well that people are often shocked at your gifts and your talents. I do feel that you guys out there do not really see yourself the way other people are viewing you. And I always like to remind you guys this because I don't want it all to get to your head, but I need you guys to understand that in order to see how other people view you, it will help you, like, seeing how other people view you will help you protect yourself better. Because when you go out into the world and you're not realizing you got this big bright light and you're feeling personally offended when people are trying to drag you down, but really it's a compliment. I feel you guys have gone through so much, and get excited about whatever's happening next. That's honestly what I'm picking up on. And I feel that there is a small amount of you guys, like I said before, that you do have something planned and you are really excited about it, whether it's a launch or some kind of big opportunity or you got some big gig. And I also hear as well, some of you guys are just posting out and just doing you, and people are just impressed by the energy that you have. And you also have energy about you that no matter what it is that you're doing, people want to know more about it. People want to do it too. And that's because, again, you guys are my light workers, my healers. You have an energy about you. You're not trying to follow trends. You're not trying to do what everyone else is doing. You just do you. And that's something that really fascinates a lot of people. You encourage a lot of people to live with their authenticity and just be themselves. And again, I talked about this in the last message. You guys can check that out. It was like 2-3 days ago that I uploaded that one. But I was talking about your authenticity and how people are really admiring it. Certain people have an aversion to it because they're so caught up in the mask that they're wearing, but there's also people out there who really are inspired by you and want to know how to live a more authentic truth that they were taught, or people have influenced them into believing they couldn't be themselves. But honestly, you guys are evidence that being yourself is the best way to be, with integrating that energy with whatever it is that you guys have going on. Because of course, we still got to make it in this real world we live in. And I feel that a lot of light workers and healers, it's never that you guys lose your authenticity, but a lot of you guys out there never go for your goals or dreams because you're too sensitive to other people around you and energy. So once you learn how to manage all of that and go after what you really desire, you'll be surprised how easily things fall into your lap. It doesn't mean you don't have challenges. My people out there, you have more than most, but you'll start to see the lessons behind it. You'll start to transmute that. And a lot of you guys, that's exactly what you're doing. You have a gift of transmuting energies, and that's why people are often surprised. And there is a select few of you guys out there who know this for a fact, that people were throwing energy at you, spiritual work, this and that, and you were able to transmute that and overcome it. And a lot of you guys out there, you would pray to God or just ask the universe, why does this have to happen to me? Like, why do I have to go through this stuff? Like, I don't get it. I do nothing but good. But it's a way to protect you guys when you learn how to deal with these certain type of energies. God truly gives you what you guys can handle. And there are people out there who threw you curveballs or try to bring you down, whether it was in this physical world or spiritually speaking or all of the above, and yet you still stand. You still stay standing. And you know what I was hearing today? Like, I was driving the car, and it was like, I'm hearing you gave someone a chance to stand the F up, but instead now they're going to come back crawling, right? And it's a situation where I feel like somebody could have stood up for you or been there for you, but now they lost their integrity, and they're like, you lost respect for them, basically, is what I'm saying. They lost you is also what I'm hearing at the same time. But this person had a chance to stand up and do the right thing, but they didn't do it. And so I feel like now this person's facing karma, and they had a chance to stand up next to you, but now they're going to crawl back to you and beg for your forgiveness. That's a really interesting message, but honestly, it could just, again, be metaphorical or actually happening. And that's what I feel like a lot of you guys have dealt with. Like, so many people that they know that what's happening to you or what's going on around you isn't right, but yet they choose the wrong choice. And sometimes it really is karmic, like I told you guys, like family influences, this or that. But a lot of times, I always say this too as well, if people are swayed another direction, it's because a part of them doubted you too. And so you shock people, but the way you show up and prove people wrong, and then people who doubted you become believers. And you got people believing in you guys, your gifts, your talents, your skills, because you always end up being right about things. My collective out there, I know you guys are my people, and you don't like to speak on things you don't know anything about. You know, a lot of you guys out there relate to this. I'm like a life path 7. I'm also Aquarius, but it, again, doesn't matter what you guys have going on your chart. You'll relate to this energy where I love to research and learn. It's my favorite thing. I have no problem saying to somebody, hey, I don't understand what you're saying to me. Can you explain this or learn something new? There's a lot of people out there who have big egos, and you guys are not those people, but people out there will try to humble you or make you feel like you got a big ego because you guys got the confidence and the authority when you know you're right about something. And I know a lot of you guys out there have so many situations where people just wanted to be right more than they wanted to be helped. And that is just a hard place to be in, because you're going to be brought in certain environments that God is like, okay, maybe help this person out. And you're like, I would love to, but they're not listening, you know? And you guys do have the ability to help stubborn characters. I've met some people in my life too that they do mean well and they're genuine, but they're just so caught up in what they feel they know, you know, and they sometimes miss what could be a great, you know, piece of advice for transformation. But I feel, again, you guys may have experienced that with a lot of people. So I think that you shock people with how you're right about things. And I feel like maybe you guys are trying to help someone out right now, or have a client or someone who's difficult. And I do feel there's something going on where you're going to show this person, or you have shown this person in the current energy or will, like, you know what you're talking about, basically. So there's a lot of great, good things going on here. The main message is just about how you guys constantly shock people, because people think they know everything they know about life, and you guys come in and you're like, hey, you know, da-da-da-da, and they're like, yeah, whatever, no thanks, you know, no thanks for the advice. And then all of a sudden something happens, and they're like, oh wait, this person actually did say that to me, crap. Or a lot of you guys will have intuitive guidance just given to you by God, and you don't say anything to certain people because you know they're not going to be able to receive it well, and it all plays out, and you're like, damn, you know. But also, it's just to prove to you guys that you do have these gifts, and it's up to you guys who you really tell the truth to. It's funny how sometimes being honest with people could be detrimental to some relationships, and you kind of have to make that choice, engage, okay, like, how is this person going to take this, you know, because there's so many times in my life where I get some messages and and the person's not receiving it, they're not listening, but I'm like, okay, but why am I still seeing signs about this? And I feel that there are time periods where there's a bigger meaning why you may be receiving a message for a certain person. And I feel like I'm just going to leave it at that, because things kind of play out the way that they're meant to in your life. But at the same time, once you guys really get ingrained in your gifts, and a lot of you guys are already there, you'll receive messages and signs for other people. And you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm there yet, but I feel that being a light worker and a healer, and maybe, like, I feel like the angels and stuff, like, I always, like, kind of, like, beef with them or, like, laugh at, like, the situation because, you know, they don't know, like, 100% what it's like to be human because they just observe us, right, in a way. But so sometimes I feel like when you have these, you guys hear the siren over here too? That's definitely a sign. But when you have these, like, gifts and abilities, like, the angel's like, okay, tell this person this, or God's like, tell this person that, and you're like, I can't just go and do that, you know? But they see the big picture. They see, you know, whatever. But you're down here dealing with the emotions and the weirdness and still, you know, having this human experience. And I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what you need to do. You're like, I don't want to do it, you know? There's so many times in my life where I get called, like, go help, you know, this person. This. I'm like, come on, do I have to? It's been a pain in the butt. But I love helping people, but some personalities are difficult. And, you know, when you have empathetic energies, you know, exchanging with this person is going to be annoying. But sometimes there's situations where, you know, you do what you're told, you know, and I feel that that's what God is saying to you guys. Like, you guys are good at doing what you're told. You're great people, and you have amazing karma, and you get to pick and choose who you help, you know, even if sometimes you get intuition for somebody and you don't want to say anything, you know, whatever. And there's a few times where I've got that, and it ended up just happening anyway. And, you know, but I feel that, again, like, you know, it's really up to you guys. But I feel there's a lot of situations in your life where you shock people because a lot of you know, some of my people out there who are more bold, you got no filter, and you're the one who tells people, like, listen, I'm getting this message for you, take it or leave it. Or even a lot of guys out there, and I feel there's some of my collective out there watching, or some people even new here, welcome, subscribe, you know, because I hear some people right now being like, oh, I don't have those type of gifts, that's not me. Yes, I'm going to also say there's a different side to this where you guys may not feel like you are communicating with God or angels like that directly, but you are gifted with discernment and intelligence and knowing what's up with certain people. Before I realized my spiritual gifts, I just thought that I was seeing things that were obvious. Like, come on, this person's full of crap. Come on. Like, you know, don't you guys see this? Like, you know, and it's like, you guys are just extremely intelligent. And that is also a spiritual gift. I want you guys to remember that. Like, if you have a gift of seeing things for what they are and helping people and pointing things out, and some of that is also just here in the physical world. Like, there are things that if you have a certain amount of intelligence, you'll notice the patterns and behaviors and the way that people move, and you'll learn real fast. Okay, this I've seen this before. Let me just tell, you know, give this, I got this feeling, I gotta just say something, boom. And I think it's that combination of your logic and your intuition that makes you guys a powerhouse. Because, you know, we all know people that have intuitive gifts, but they're not refined, and they also put their own emotions in there, and they're a little confused, like they could be on the mark, but then they'll kind of say something offbeat. You know, I know you guys probably know people like that, but then there's also people out there who are way too in their intellect, and they don't trust their gut, because sometimes the intuition is gonna surpass logic, and you'll be like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but this is gonna work. And so I'm hearing for you guys that you have shocked people with that type of energy that you have. You're like, I don't know, I got a feeling this is gonna work like this, I don't see how, but boom, and it does. And this could be in the workplace and other places as well. So I'm hearing that, you know, you have a history of this. So I feel some of you guys may be in a little bit of a skeptical phase right now because things have been kind of blah, but I want you guys to know that you have done what people have called miracles in some kind of way, or you've done things that shock people and people talk about behind your back, how you're gifted, you know. And I feel that you need to know that because you are still skeptical of some kind of big blessing that God has planned for you, when all you do is be a good spiritual teacher. All you're doing is being a good person, be a good friend, being raw, being real, being honest. And, you know, people out there are definitely seeing it. So what we got here? Yeah, so we got the Six of Cups here. So again, it seems as though there is something that you had a vision on in the past, or somebody in your life that you had some sort of insight that that there was going to be something in the future with you guys. And this could be business, friendship, or work. Like, you have some sort of vision, and this can also be something about you guys building something with someone else. Like, you have a vision and you see somebody in it, and I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of like planning something, or something's going to happen where you kind of had a feeling about somebody, and then boom, it's going to even shock you. You're like, oh my God, I was actually right about this. I was right about this person. And I feel as well that I think you also shock people with just how much people really come to respect you guys too as well. There's another situation I feel that I'm seeing here, that there was people around somebody that really worked really hard to not have that person in your life, or there was people that worked really hard to separate you and somebody else, or a third party here worked really hard to make sure you and someone were apart. And I feel that because there is a soul tie here and destiny here, It's going to shock people how this person just comes right back to you after all that. Like, someone's going to be like, I thought, like, after all this work I did, whether it's spiritual or physical or gossip or rumors or just telling this person or controlling them, that they were going to stay away from you. But there's someone here who's not going to stay away from you no matter how hard people try to separate you guys. And I do feel as well that this could be any context, but for some of you guys, it can relate to a romantic situation. I do always tell you guys too, my light workers, my healers, my people on a divinely orchestrated path. When there is a divinely orchestrated meeting of some kind, when there is some kind of divine union, and divine unions can be between family, they can be between friends, they can be between, romantic. It's when God decides that two people should be together for some kind of powerful purpose, whether it be, to heal or to grow or to help each other or something bigger or grander. There's going to be people out there that are triggered by that because of the fact that you're elevating each other. And there's a lot of different reasons why these divine unions have some kind of trouble, because there's always certain interferences that go on when people are threatened by a powerful connection. So there's a powerful connection here, and people were very threatened by it. What I see with these Three of Wands here, like, I see like a group here. It looks like these people look like they're having fun, but I feel like it could be like a little gossipy energy here. And like, it's kind of just like people here sitting, okay, yeah, like I separated this person, we're good now, time has passed, like, and then boom, like something's going to shock people, some sort of reconciliation or someone coming back. And I also feel as well that you shock people with how much people really fight to want to stay in your life. On the other side of things, there could have been somebody here who swore up and down that they were done with you, they didn't want anything to do with you, you're this, you're that, and then it's really just going to shock people how this person just comes in and comes back, and everyone's like, okay, well, that just kind of proves everything they were saying as wrong. But there's people out there, and I know we all do this ourselves. When we're upset, we say things out of anger and stuff, so that could also be the case too. But yeah, we have the Five of Cups. Okay, what do we have here? Five of Cups, and then we have 10 of Pentacles. Death. You also shock people with the transformation you guys have gone through. Especially recently. You guys are just not putting up with certain things you were before, constantly changing. Look, never again in death. So you're the never again in death card. Interesting. Like, I also feel on the flip side of things, when you guys are truly done with someone or something, you also shock people with that. And I feel that when you're truly done with something and you have learned a lesson, God really does help you guys close that door on certain individuals and help you move forward, because there are certain time periods where you guys were like, yeah, I'm not entertaining that, I'm not doing that, I'm done, boom, block, done, and moved on, and people are shocked by that. Your ability to detach from situations in the past that are just, it's just time to let go. And that's why you guys also know when there is a soulmate connection or unfinished business, because you also know when to close that door. Basically, I feel a lot of you guys out there who are like in difficult connections or have some sort of connection to somebody or something that you want to release. It's like you ask for help with that. You're like, close that door if I need to. And you're not really so attached to past people if they're not meant to be in your life. But I feel the situation here where somebody really is like, honestly, with the death and never again, it's almost like the energy of I've lost you once and I'm not going to lose you again. So that's like the vibe I'm picking up here on a certain individual. They felt like they lost you once and they don't want to lose access to you. They don't want to lose you having them in your life. And I feel that this could shock people, like, because maybe you have told people, oh yeah, I know this person's coming back. Like, look, the Page of Swords, I feel like this person's watching me. I feel like this person is, you guys can also be the type too. You can have a dream or feel someone's energy, then they contact you. And people are constantly impressed by this ability that you guys have. And I often feel like a lot of people have these abilities, but they're not paying attention to it. But of course, my people who are extremely intuitive and gifted, like, you can feel when someone's coming in or someone's thinking about you or watching you and stuff. And I feel there's a certain individual that really does see some sort of future with you. And maybe at a certain time period, things were looking not so good between this connection. We got Justice here, and then we have Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. The Knight of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, it's like something was coming in that you guys knew, or something is coming that you guys know about, and it's just taking its time, and you kind of just trusted divine timing about it. And I feel like, again, like some of you guys do doubt like your gifts and abilities in certain situations because things are not looking that way in the physical reality, or things are haven't manifested, or, you know, there's this connection here, but there was just interferences and things going wrong. But it seems that like someone's trying to come back towards you guys that you had intuition about, and you may have told people around you this, and they're like, oh, wow, that's really actually right. Because I feel that sometimes when there is these type of connections, like, there is sometimes people out there who feel this way about people, but they actually are delusional, you know. But I feel in this situation here, you guys are not delusional at all. There's somebody here who's watching you, thinking about you, and making a comeback here with the Justice card. Because I feel that there is some sort of destined soul tie, basically. I don't know what to do. I want more than what we have. I want to be more than friends. Yeah, maybe it's a situation too where somebody didn't admit their feelings, but you knew they had feelings for you. Something like that, you know. I'm falling in love. Stay away from me. I'm planning on calling you soon. Love will keep us together. I want to see you so bad. Yeah. So there's a time period where this person's probably like, you know, stay away from me, you know, whatever. Or you guys were fighting or beefing or whatever. But there's some kind of situation here. Well, I don't know why it's going into my message about shocking people, but it's probably because you were right about this person, or something is shocking about this connection, or it's shocking how strong this connection is, or how much all this interference never really worked out. Like all this effort someone put in to separate you guys ended up just being futile. Like I'm hearing, like the efforts were futile. I don't even use that word, but channeling, you know. Yeah, so I feel that something's moving forward here finally that you guys had intuition about, and it may shock you. And still with the original message as well, like, you know, outside of soulmate connections, this or that, I just want you guys to know there's something big happening in your life. You could be going towards something new. It's going to end up being really well. It's going to shock people with how you have this gift or talent. Some of you guys have been developing some sort of talent or hobby, low-key, and you're about to post about it. And some of you guys, an opportunity is coming because somebody noticed, or behind the scenes, you've just been working on yourself or other things. They're just things that you've been working on. You may not even realize you've been working on, or again, it's divinely orchestrated. But there's something here that is shocking people currently and will continue to shock people about you and about your life and about your talents and about your gifts. Well, there's so many reasons why people are shocked and impressed by you guys, but you seem to have a magic about you. I'm also hearing, again, you guys are the type of people that do what you say you're going to do. And I feel like you guys do have aspects of yourself that you don't necessarily share with people. There's so many times as well, like people assume that I don't do something or I don't like something when they never ask, just that maybe I don't post about it, or they judge based upon appearance or whatever. Like, I also feel that my collective out there, you guys are, you know, my thinkers, and you're extremely in tune and you're intellectual, but you guys may have, you know, somewhat of an overactive mind. And so I feel you constantly may develop hobbies, talents, or skills or things in your free time just to kind of occupy your thoughts. Like you enjoy kind of not just sitting there and being stagnant. So you may think you're doing something like a hobby or fun or pointless, but it actually ends up being a skill or a gift that you use later on. And I talked to you guys about this too, like before YouTube and stuff. Like I jumped from different jobs, I had different certificates, and I was interested in this, I was interested in that. And later on, like those things actually become important, or those are actually our talents or skills that you develop, and they're needed for something that God wants you to do. So sometimes you guys question some job that you're in, or relationship you're in, or something in particular that is in your life. You question it, like, why am I here? I don't get it. This is not my end all be all, but I'm feel called to it, but I'm stagnant, I'm not happy. But there's some kind of reason why you're in certain environments, and when it's time to go, you know when it's time to go, or divine intervention will take control there. We got sensitivity. Your sensitivity is a gift. I know you guys may not always feel that way, but it really is, because it helps you, like you're the editor of your life. It helps you remove things and people and situations quicker and faster than most people. You feel when something's off. You can't sit when something's off. You can't sit with somebody who has off energy, so on and so forth. So you are the sensors that automatically pick up things at hyper speed. Like it's intuition, but it's intelligence. I used to say this too as well, and I read it somewhere, but you know, intuition is just really sped up intelligence. You know, it just helps you get to that point sooner. And also, you know, in hindsight, things will add up logically too as well in most cases, but sometimes we are not seeing all of the facts and the evidence, especially in romantic situations when we're not seeing what this person's doing behind the scenes, or what people are saying to them behind their back, or what is going on, or what they're keeping to themselves. Because there could be a situation here where you knew somebody still likes you, cared about you, and boom, like you just felt it, and there was no logical reason, or people were trying to tell you otherwise. I saw blocks lifted, and I saw music. Some of you guys are artists and you're extremely talented. Music could be giving you guys signs as well. Let's see what else we have going on here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's something you guys have been practicing daily or a lot in your life, and it's going to be something that you're going to end up utilizing later on. And it may feel pointless to some of you, but you guys have that gift of turning hobbies or something that may be so frivolous to other people into something huge or bigger, because you're so creative and you think outside the box. So something small can turn to a big business decision. Some of you guys may be having a huge business idea that other people think is silly, but it ends up selling out and stuff like that. And it shocks people because people didn't see the vision until you're doing it. So there's a vision here you guys have, and I feel like people may not see it or understand it until you guys go out there and do it. And I feel like for some of you guys out there as well, there is a soulmate connection too. Maybe they didn't see what you were seeing in this connection until later on. Some people are disconnected from their intuition, but I feel like you guys felt there was something more between you and someone else, or maybe you guys were going to do something together or work together, or you had a vision between you and somebody, or you're starting a partnership or a business with somebody and it's going to do well, and you're just trusting that. Even though you may have had bad situations with other people in the past, you also know now when you're making a good decision, because you can kind of go back to those past experiences and also use them logically to compare your situation you're in now and be like, okay, yeah, these red flags are not there. I learned from that. And your intuition is there to back it up. Because a lot of guys could be upset with yourself from past experiences. Like, I'm so intuitive. Why did I not see this coming? Da, da, da. But a lot of this is lessons so that when the right things come, you really understand what is going on. Or even in certain situations where logic defies what your intuition is telling you, you know for a fact that you could trust your gut because you've had other experiences where you felt the same way and boom, something manifested or you ended up being right. So I feel like you're going to end up being right about something that your gut has been telling you about, and you could be very annoyed about the situation because, you just had your doubts, but you could feel it very strongly. You can't kick this feeling. And I feel like that is also something you guys constantly do and impress people. But I feel like you're going to shock yourself. You're going to shock yourself, but you're also going to shock others. I feel like something that you guys are doing is going to end up very successful. I see public recognition here. I see the 4. Yeah. And I just feel that, you're balancing this energy of being able to be strong in your mind and logical and not let anybody sway you, but also be open intuitively as well. Yeah, I feel with the 7 of Swords in reverse, maybe there's a deception going on. You guys called out. It all came to light, a scandal, something like that, with the Magician and 7 of Cups. And by the way, you are manifesting your dreams right now. And again, a lot of you guys out there, it may not seem logical or linear the way things are happening, but God has a way of making things come towards you that will lead you in the right direction, influence you in the right direction. And sometimes the opportunity you need just falls out of the sky. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. Or you guys are the one with the plan, the visions, and the goals and making things happen. And you are, just coming into this energy that is, again, shocking people. Yeah, just the change that you guys have gone through. There's something about the way you guys are showing up right now and the way you're living your life that is proving certain people wrong. I feel like, again, you shock people with like how diplomatic you can be and how much you guys are not vengeful and how much you're just lead by example and just turn, I feel like the best revenge is success, and this is the way that you guys roll. I also feel as well, you don't do things to get back at people, but I know you guys are my type of people that you're like, okay, well, they say I can't, I'm going to do it. They try to bring me down, I'm going to succeed. Like, you can't stop me from what I came here to do. Got that extra oomph of your spiritual gifts in the background, plus God, your angels, spiritual protection. You're good. You guys really came out of a really tough period in your life, and I feel you're still recovering from that. So if things don't seem clear to you right now, clarity is coming. And I do see that one by one, things that you want are going to come towards you. Things that you knew are for you. And there's another thing as well. I did a reading or a message about people thinking you guys get whatever you want. And I wanted to add to that a little bit. You guys could find it. It was a little, maybe a month or two ago, a little bit ago. But, time is flying, guys, honestly, for me. But what I'm saying here is that it's also not that you guys always get what you want. It's that you are really in tune with yourself, and you're in tune with God's plan for you and your heart's true desires. A lot of people try to manifest things out of their ego or things are not really for them, and you know not to waste time on that. Or when you think something's for you but it's not working out, you detach and start focusing on something else that seems to be going right in your life or that God has planned for you, right? So I feel a lot of people assume you guys just get what you want, but you're just good at being in alignment. And when you're in alignment, things flow to you a lot easier. And sometimes there are things that are good for people and they reject it because they're not seeing the blessing because their ego is telling them something different. So you guys actually operate out of ego, especially when it comes to your spirituality. And that's why it seems like you're getting everything you want, but you just know, and God knows, your angels knows how to put you in the right place in the right time for the right connection, the right job, the right situation, the right people. And, or for my people out there, you are that leader who is that right person, right place, right time. And you bring that light into other people's lives. A lot of my collective out there, you guys don't even need anybody but yourself. You're the one who stands up there and makes shit happen. And, God bless you, because we need people more like you guys out there. You're not trying to wait for a handout from anybody. Most of you guys are like that out there. some people's paths, you know, are more intertwined with the right person, right place. But some people out there are like, screw that. I'm going to make things happen because no one here gets what I'm talking about. I'm going to go make that channel. I'm going to speak my truth and then my people will come, right? It depends on where you're at. Some of you guys are in more of a phase where you are connecting or you need other people to hire or to do your projects with. Some of you guys out there, you're developing a gift or talent. Well, go out there and just do it because, you know, go post, go whatever, you know, whatever you feel intuitively guided to do. It's going to depend on your situation. But the point I'm trying to say is that you know when it's time to seek out help and advice and other people's perspective or network, but you also know when it's time to reel it in and just do it yourself and not wait for some kind of fantasy to happen. I know there's a lot of people out there who just delusional. I think they're just going to go out and like one person is going to like, you know, guide them to their destiny when, and you know, it's a constant going inward and learning how to trust your gut more than anything else. And our destiny, again, is not just one-dimensional. It's all the experiences that we have, the people we meet, the people we impact, no matter how big or how small. And this is where I'm seeing you guys shock people because you also have that ability to walk away from things other people may find as a great opportunity or other people may find as a dream job, but you're like, no, that's not for me. That's not what God is calling me to do. So your authenticity, again, it shocks people. And there's just things happening right now that are impressing people. You are also somebody who moves with integrity. And I feel as well that people may think that don't believe the things that you're saying, or they may think that you're this way for show, but then time and time it comes out that things align with exactly what you said. And you guys don't say or do things for manipulative tactics. It's because your heart is telling you to do it, no matter how much it may hurt other people in that process of speaking truth. You're not doing it for a wrong reason or to gain people in your favor. If anything, there's a lot of situations where people may have tried to tarnish your reputation and you just kept it moving because you're like, you know what? You know, God will defend me in the right rooms, and I'm going to let the situation speak for itself unless you are called to speak up. And I feel that a lot of times you guys do that as well. But you can't put out every fire, especially when somebody just keeps putting out more. It's going to distract, keep starting more. Like it's just going to distract you from what you came here to do. So you've got people here trying to put fires in your life, trying to separate you from your destiny, trying to separate you from people that are good for you, so on and so forth. But, you know, I channeled this message, but you cannot keep apart two well-intentioned, high vibrational soulmates, right? Because they're going to keep moving forward on the path that God has marked for them and eventually be led back to you if that's what calls for it. And that's why it's so important sometimes just to let go and let God, because if we feel it, but you know, over time, better things may come in and we forget about that person. But there are time periods where you may had a feeling about somebody and boom, here they are. And that's what I'm kind of seeing. You had a feeling that something was going to happen, and you may have told somebody a bunch of things and it all played out and they're coming back to tell you, or it's this person themselves. I'm seeing they can be coming in and being like, yeah, like, you know, you were right, or yeah, let's do this, whatever, you know, whatever it is that you feel intuitively guided about, or you may not even know. Sometimes you just feel guided towards someone or something and you're not really sure, but you're just going to see it through. And a lot of people are not going to understand that energy, but I'm a lot like that. I feel guided towards this. I'm just going to see what this, even if it's something that I'm going to learn from, I'm going to learn from it. And I feel that that's kind of it. You guys head sometimes towards the fire here in your life, you know, because you want to learn, you want to grow. You know, like through the flames, you're going to be transformed. You're not afraid of what could be something positive for your growth, even if it seems like something not logical for you to do or something out of your comfort zone. And yeah, I feel that there's just something going on here that you're going to shock people. And I feel on an extra layer of this, like I was saying before, like you're going to step foot into a level of success and people are going to be shocked by that because it could be, again, something you've been working on spiritually, subconsciously, or something you guys have been working on behind the scenes. Boom, then you pop out with it. And I feel that you guys could also just change direction. Like you thought you were going one way, and then you get the intuition like, no, actually, I'm going to do it this way. And people are shocked. Like, I thought you were doing this. You're like, I changed my mind. Like the way you guys can pick up and leave things because your intuition is telling you to do it, that is your gift. And I know a lot of you guys want to do that right now, but you're struggling with it. But there's also a sign that if you feel called to do it, just go with it. There was many times in my life where I did that. Obviously, with logic, but I feel like you guys, you know, it's the ability to take care of yourself while you go through these changes. But I know you guys know how to do that. You know, you're not my delusional people out there. Woo, card just went flying. Let's see what that's about. So yeah, there's definitely a situation here where somebody is coming in where you guys felt that, and you're gonna get validation for that, or something's gonna happen a certain way that you thought it was gonna happen, where somebody is a part of your life, but maybe it's gonna manifest in a different way you expected. And I feel like this could be about romance because it says open your heart to love, and maybe it's an individual who needed to open their heart up and their intuition up to come towards you. And you guys definitely have been going through a detox period energetically. So I would not be surprised if you start feeling a little more like yourself lately, or this new version of yourself that already is shocking people. You don't love me. Little love. Okay. I am their light. There will be a return, triggers, and karmic. Yeah. See, I told you guys, like, there will be a return here of somebody that I feel like just, this is spiritual. There was triggering, but there was karmic situations. And I feel like I used to always say this, that every relationship has karma in a way, something to learn from. But now I'm really starting to think that, like, maybe like a full-blown karmic situation is somebody that, because we hear this term a lot, right? Like, we're talking about romance. Oh, they're not with their divine master, they're with their karma. It's like, I don't really like that rhetoric, because it kind of puts other people in a situation where you're putting somebody down, like, and you assume that this, because a lot of times too, people out here calling their divine masculine, divine feminines, like people that are not even worthy of that title, you know? I believe that we have like a lot of potential soul unions that we can have, and it's more like if that person is rising up to the occasion or not. But in this situation, right, I believe that the karmic situation is just someone that is not really meant to be there, or someone that God didn't really put on this person's path. You know what I mean? Like someone maybe, or people that are not, like the karmics are going to be the people that are not influenced by helping this person or helping you do what's best for you. They're the people that are trying to throw you off your path, basically. So the people that, you know, maybe even God put them there to learn from, but it's not someone that God puts you with to align with, right? So I feel like whoever this person is, they got a lot of those people around them, and they're going to fall off one by one, you know? That's what I'm kind of picking up on, because I know there's like a lot of confusion about that. And, you know, even a lot of my strongest soul connections were extremely, you know, built, like intertwined with a lot of lessons and learning and hurt and not so great things. And, you know, I feel that sometimes when people just refer to people as karmics, like, what does that really mean? You know, one person could be someone could be watching a video, but like two people watching a video about the same person, and they both think each other are karmics. Like, you know, I think that's kind of funny. But anyway, I do feel like life is also free will and choices. So if someone chooses to be staying at a level where something isn't good for them, then that's also on them. But I feel that there's somebody here who is divinely orchestrated to come through, and they are coming through. Like, they are making the changes that they need to, or things are being revealed to them, and there was karmic situations that were interfering with their life. And yeah, I feel that also, like, it's choice, right? Because I feel like there's people out there, and maybe it's family or friends that's influencing them. Well, of course they were born with these people around them, so that sounds divinely orchestrated, right? But when somebody chooses to go against like God's plan, or to do things to keep that person in their life and not what's best for them, or manipulate them or hurt them or bring them down, that's karmic energy, right? So I feel that that's like, there's people there just not acting the best energies. And I feel as well like if somebody is choosing to be with people around them that aren't good for them, then you just got to kind of leave them where they're at and keep glowing and shining. And I know that you guys do that, but you could deep down be like, okay, yeah, but I do have a feeling that maybe in the future something can go on here. And boom, that's kind of what I'm seeing here in a particular situation. You're going to be shocked that someone is going to make a return in your life. And I don't think you're going to be shocked so much as you felt it coming, but you're going to be shocked at the fact that how right you were about a lot of different things, maybe even going on in this person's life, because you have these gifts, and when you're in tune with someone seriously, you know, you can feel it. And it could be despite what people maybe told you or told them, because there's definitely a lot of interference here. Vulnerability, support, recognition. Yeah, somebody here is also going to they're starting to see the fact that you've supported them, and you were being vulnerable and real with them when other people weren't. And the fact that like your love for them does stand the test of time. Because another thing I notice about karmic situations, like in the way that I refer to them, it's almost like in the moment it's a love bomb, it's great, relationship, oh, I love this and that. But the moment you don't do something that person wants to do, or the moment relationships don't work out, all of a sudden you're dead to them, right? Like that's a lot of like karmic, because also the soul connection is not strong enough to last. So I feel that this is kind of it. It's like, oh, okay, like at times a soulmate can feel karmic because of all the energy and the hurt, but over time, if there's still love and respect there, and a natural pull towards one another to want to work or help each other, support each other, that's a true soulmate connection. And it's going to happen both ways. You guys are going to be in relationships with somebody you thought it was going to last forever, and you fall off and you never hear from them again. There's going to be people that you did not expect standing up and being like, hey, like, I want to be a part of your life. And sometimes our soulmates are, unfortunately, interesting characters, you know, not the most upstanding members of society, but they want to be better and do better by you. And there's an energy here of somebody you had a feeling did want to deep down, which is extremely lost person. And that's kind of what I'm seeing coming up here. It could be a friendship, guys. Could be family member. It could also be a love situation. So it really varies, but you're going to see that come through. It could be happening right now. Someone's going to come through and support you and recognize that you supported them also in your own way by maybe not enabling them, not being the one who's, you know, telling them what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. And again, that is love. You know, love is telling people what's going to help them get the best outcome, even when they don't, even when it makes them upset with you, even if that means losing that person as well. Like if you feel someone needs to hear a certain truth, I feel like you guys will say that because you love people enough. You can't sit in somebody being self-destructive, even if it benefits you, right? There's people out there, they will sit in relationships with people that aren't healthy, and they know that, but they know if that person grows or outgrows the bad habits or whatever they're doing together or engaging in together, then that person's going to be gone. So I feel that there's something going on here where people around this person were actually trying to get this person low. And again, this could be conscious or subconscious, energetic or demonic, I don't know, whatever you guys believe in. The way you know, channel energies and the way that we all see the world is different, but the outcome could be the same. And I feel that's what I'm seeing here of this person. They may have been told or felt, oh, we're too different, this and that. They may have saw the world very differently, but the outcome was the same, or the outcome that you discussed with them was going to happen if they went down a certain path, happen. So again, I'm seeing angel number 1222, 1555, 212, 1212. You guys, a lot of ones you guys could be seeing, 1111. It shows that you are destined for leadership, and you lead by example by elevating, shining, doing you, having integrity, and letting people go even though you love them because you know that's what's best for them. And I feel this is what you did here. Maybe you didn't think it was best for them, but it was best for them to learn, for you to walk away and not try to force or fix or change whatever was going on here. So I feel like you've also shocked this individual with your ability to still stay true to yourself, stay vulnerable, and maybe even forgive them for the things that they have done, because I feel like maybe they've done something wrong here, or your ability to be right about certain things or call things as you see it, or to be honest, or to move with good intentions. You may have had opportunities to screw this person over and you didn't take those opportunities. I feel that this person may feel that way, you know, in hindsight, or they're thinking about the past, or something went on here. I think you shocked somebody with your vulnerability, your integrity, and your values. And maybe you shocked this person with the fact that you are still willing to hear them out, or you will be. I don't know. There's something going on here with a certain individual, because people want to paint you guys out to be the bad guy because you trigger them to grow. But when they actually do the work and you guys see that, I see compassion, forgiveness, and growth. And there were all these things that maybe people have said to you about this person, or vice versa, but yet there's some kind of undeniable bond here. And I feel that if it, you know, it's up to you guys what you really want to do in this situation, but you're the light worker, you're the healer, you're the leader. But somebody here recognizes that you guys stood with integrity when other people weren't, and that makes them have a whole lot of respect for you. And they maybe were skeptical of you at the time, or they put their trust and faith in the wrong people, and they learned their lesson on that. And they're shocked with the fact that you ended up being right about things, or you're right about them. You also could have told this person the things they needed to work on, and then they saw the truth about that later on, or other people started telling them too. Somebody here is choosing to walk away finally from what could have been, you know, catastrophic to your guys' connection, or a bad influence, or somebody in your life is, or just in general, like, I feel it's a feminine energy too. You kind of friend or someone close to you. Like, you kind of called someone out. Like, you call things out way before they happen. And maybe at the time it makes no sense to call that out, but then later down the line it will, you know? Like, things definitely played out a certain way, and someone's thinking about that, like, wow, like, this person was actually right about these things. So I feel that there were time periods in life you had to fight people on your decisions or the direction you wanted to go in. And I actually see now that since you have a new level of respect, people said, okay, that's what you want to do it. I bet. Oh, this is what we're going to do with it. Like, if you guys are a boss or a leader or okay, this is what I need to do. All right, you know, your advice worked. Okay, I'm going to keep listening. I hear this. I feel this energy of people being like, okay, I'm not going to fight you anymore. You were right, right? This is what I'm seeing in your energy field. And it's because you guys are sticking by your convictions, standing back and just focusing on yourself and not really worrying if they get it or not. Because honestly, that is not even your free will, and it's not even God's. Like, it's on them if they want to see what God is showing them. They want to see what you're showing them. But there's a situation here where somebody is definitely thinking hard about the fact that you were right about a lot of things. I think that there's a situation here where somebody had a hard time figuring out who was for them and who wasn't, but the truth is coming out here, you know? There's a situation here where you guys walked away probably to make like some sort of statement. Yeah, so I just see that, like, there's no really getting, like, around the fact that you guys see the truth in a lot of things. And I know a lot of people out there know that about you guys, so they have to come towards you with with an honorable energy, because if not, you're going to sniff out the deception and the lies. And I feel that could have been what happened here. You guys are operating on a whole different level than certain people are used to. But there is a connection here. Like I said, somebody definitely wants to be around you, and you could feel that. Even though, you know, in the past, things may have happened. Yeah, like I said, there was energies here investing in creating conflict between you and someone or something. I feel like some of you guys, you are the emperor. Like, there could have been somebody throwing energy at you guys when you're trying to build or do something, and it's shocking them how you're continuing to stand on your own 2 feet, and now you're at a good place to really take off. Like, everything is aligning perfectly for that next step. So again, feel tired, lost, confused, drained. Everything is going to work out. Don't worry about that, guys. And something here is going on where you're like, I freaking knew it. I knew it, you know? And you're going to get the validation of that. So I do hope you guys like that message. Continue to shock people. Be your unapologetic self. You definitely are transforming. And I think you are behaving very differently than you did in the past. You may feel tired, drained, worn out, like there has been no growth. But the truth is that there's been immense growth. And you're just so addicted to growing as a person that you may not even notice all these changes that you guys have been making. But somebody here does. And they're realizing that they gotta just be real with you about what they're feeling, what they're experiencing, what has happened. So that's what I'm seeing. I do hope you guys like that message, and I will see you guys all next time. If you watch to the end, give me a thumbs up, and I want you guys to comment below. I am shocking people with how amazing I am, okay? If you made it to the end, hit subscribe if you're new here as well, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.